Hey YouTube, this video is going to cover the complete installation of the Madreno Indoor-Outdoor Ceiling Fan by Home Decorators collection. It's called the Madreno, but by the end of this video, you'll be saying Madreno, yes. This video is going to cover the...
Oh God. I don't want to be a part of this one, dude.
If you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation and you're looking for some help and some guidance along the way. We're here to do just that. We're going to cover the complete installation from unpacking to turning it on. If you want to skip ahead, you can use the links below. That'll take you to the exact step that you're looking for along the way. And if you find this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find the video as well. This fan is wet rated for exposure to the elements, but can be installed indoors as well. This fan is a tri-mount fan, meaning that it can be hung on a standard flat ceiling with the included downrod, on an angled ceiling with an extension downrod, or without the downrod, flush mounted, which is perfect for rooms with low ceilings. This fan is easy to install with quick install installation features like AccuArm blade arms, quick install blades, and a slide-on mounting bracket, and includes a light kit that also includes 9.5 watt LED bulbs. Just a quick note before we get started, you want to make sure that the electric is turned off at the wall switch and at the breaker box. If you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. One other note is if you're installing this fan in place of a standard light fixture, you're going to want to make sure that the outlet box is rated acceptable for fan support. If you're replacing a ceiling fan in your house, chances are the outlet box is okay, but whatever the case is, you want to make sure that the outlet box is metal and it is marked on the inside acceptable for fan support. Now, as you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan. So the first step is opening up the manual and looking at the parts page to make sure that everything's here before we get started, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, we have the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket comes pre-assembled inside the canopy with the canopy ring. We'll show you in the first step how to remove the mounting bracket to get started. Next, we have the decorative motor collar cover, the downrod. There's 5 AccuArm blade arms with captive screws, 5 quick install blades. Now the blades are ABS, so they're going to stand up to the elements, they're not going to droop, and they're not going to swell. Also, we have 2 9.5 watt LED bulbs. We have the light kit. This fan can be installed with or without the light kit. You have the shadow resistant plastic bowl, and you have the motor. You're also going to have this hardware pack that includes the pull chain extensions, plastic wire nuts, and the rubber grommet if you want to hang it close to ceiling without the downrod. Now, some tools you're going to need for this project: a standard Phillips head screwdriver, standard flathead screwdriver, some wire cutters and strippers, some electrical tape. If you're installing without the light kit, you'll need a pair of pliers or a wrench. Of course, you're going to need a ladder unless you're Shaquille O'Neal. And we also like to use a voltage tester to make sure that the lines aren't live before we get started, and that way nobody gets hurt. So we're good to go. Let's get this bad boy installed. The mounting bracket comes pre-assembled inside the canopy with the canopy ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first twist the canopy ring counterclockwise to expose the 4 screws holding the mounting bracket. You'll see that there are 2 J-slotted screws on opposite sides of the canopy and 2 standard screws on opposite sides. Begin by removing and saving the 2 standard screws. Then loosen but do not remove the 2 screws in the J-slots. Once those 2 screws are loosened, simply twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The mounting bracket has 2 slots that will align with 2 screws in your outlet box. First, you'll loosen the screws in the outlet box and then align the slots and simply slide the mounting bracket into place. This demonstration is just showing a close-up of how this works. To install the mounting bracket, first loosen the 2 screws in the outlet box, then feed the house supply line through the hole in the top of the mounting bracket, then align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and slide into place. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten those 2 screws and secure the mounting bracket to the ceiling. For close to ceiling mounting, you'll attach the canopy to the top of the motor. This is done by first removing and saving 3 of the 6 screws on the top of the motor housing. It doesn't really matter which screws are removed and saved as long as it's every other one. Once those screws are removed and saved, take the rubber grommet from the hardware pack and feed the wires through the rubber grommet so that it rests on top of the motor. You'll note that the large holes of the rubber grommet will align with the screws that were left in the motor, and the small holes will align with the screw holes from the screws that were removed and saved. Next, you'll remove the decorative ring from the bottom of the canopy. This is easily done with your thumb by pressing each of the 3 tabs. Once those 3 tabs are pushed through, the decorative ring will come off. Then, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the slot openings are facing towards the ceiling. Then feed the wires through the bottom of the canopy so that they exit through the large portion of the canopy. When the canopy is properly aligned on the motor, the notch cutouts in the canopy will align with the screws in the motor, and the screw holes will align with the screw holes from the motor from the screws that were removed and saved. Reinstall those 3 screws and use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten those 3. Once those 3 screws are tightened, the fan is ready to be hung. To hold the fan in place before wiring, use the standard screw hole of the canopy and hang it on the hook of the mounting bracket. Do not leave the fan unattended while it's hanging like this. This is only to hold the fan during wiring. Before installing the downrod, you'll first need to loosen but not remove the set screw on the motor collar. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove the set screw. The motor collar also features a safety tab that will lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. Next, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the slots of the canopy ring are facing towards the ceiling. Then, unwrap the wires and gently stretch them out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist all 3 together to make it easier to insert into the downrod. Next, take the downrod and place it through the large opening of the canopy so that the downrod exits the small hole. Then, place the decorative motor collar cover onto the downrod so that the large opening is at the bottom. Gently pull out the green ground wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Then, take the wires from the fan and insert them through the bottom of the downrod so that they exit through the ball portion of the ball and downrod assembly. Gently pull those wires through until the downrod meets the motor collar. Next, screw the downrod into the motor collar. Once the downrod is completely tight, use a flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the motor collar. Then slide the decorative motor collar cover down. If installing the fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to trim and strip the wires before wiring the fan to the house. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod portion, cut the wires, and then strip about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once the wires are stripped, twist the ends of each wire to make sure that there are no loose strands. Before hanging the fan, it's a good idea to note the tab in the mounting bracket that will align with the slot in the ball and downrod assembly. When hanging the fan, you'll place the ball inside the mounting bracket and then twist the fan assembly until the slot engages the tab in the mounting bracket. This will make for a secure and wobble-free installation. To hang the fan, lift the fan assembly towards the ceiling and note the slot of the ball and the tab in the mounting bracket. Place the ball inside the mounting bracket and then twist the entire fan assembly until you feel that ball engage the tab in the mounting bracket. You'll feel the fan drop a bit when the ball is properly seated. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green ground wire from the ball and downrod assembly and the green ground wire from the mounting bracket and twisting those 2 strands together. Then connect those with the bare copper wire from the house. This is the ground connection. If hanging close to ceiling method, there will only be one green ground wire from the mounting bracket. Secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the fan and connect that with the white house wire. This will be the neutral connection. Twist those two strands together and then secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the blue wire and the black wire from the fan and twist those two wires together, and then connect those with the black wire or the hot wire from the house supply lines. Secure that connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once the wire connections have been made, gently push the wires up into the mounting bracket and outlet box to make room for the canopy to attach. To attach the canopy for close to ceiling installation, once the wiring has been completed, lift the assembly off the hook of the mounting bracket and align the two J slots of the canopy with the two screws that were loosened from the mounting bracket in the beginning of the installation. Lift up and twist to engage those two slots. Then reinstall the two screws that were removed in the beginning and tighten all four screws. The next part of the video shows this in detail. To attach the canopy, align the J slots with the two screws that are in the mounting bracket. Then lift the canopy up towards the ceiling, aligning those slots, and then twist to hold it in place. Then use the two screws that were removed and saved at the beginning of the installation and insert those into the standard screw holes and tighten with a Phillips screwdriver. Once the two standard screws are tightened, tighten the two remaining screws in the J slots. Make sure all four screws are completely tightened before proceeding. The screws in the canopy align with the slots of the canopy ring. To attach the canopy ring, align the slots of the canopy ring with the screws in the canopy, and then lift up to the ceiling and twist to lock in place. Before installing the blade arms, you'll need to remove the 5 rubber motor stops at the base of the motor. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and discard the 5 rubber motor stops. These pieces are just included on the fan to prevent the motor from moving during shipment. They are no longer needed once removed. This fan includes AccuArm blade arms for easy installation. The alignment post of the blade arm will align with the long slot at the base of the motor. Simply insert the alignment post into the long slot at the base of the motor, and the two captive screws will automatically align with the two screw holes at the base of the motor. Completely tighten both of these screws using a Phillips head screwdriver. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blade arms. It's a good idea to go back through each blade arm and make sure that each screw is completely tightened. This fan features quick install blades that simply slide and lock into place. The blade arm has a locking mechanism that will clip in place and hold the blade securely. Make sure the side of the blade that says "this side up" is facing towards the ceiling. Then align the keyhole slots of the blade over the rubber grommets of the blade arm and pull away from the fan to lock it in place. To attach the blades, make sure the side that says "this side up" is facing towards the ceiling and align the keyhole slots with the rubber grommets and screws on the blade bracket and gently pull away from the fan to engage the locking clip. You'll hear the clip snap in place once the blade is properly installed. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. The light kit attaches to the fan using 3 screws that are pre-installed in the light kit's switch cap. Those 3 screws will align with the 3 screw holes in the switch cup at the base of the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws in the switch cap. Next, gently pull the light kit wires from the switch cup at the base of the fan. There will be a blue wire and a white wire, both with molded adapter plugs at the end. Connect the light kit's black wire to the fan's blue wire and the light kit's white wire to the fan's white wire using these adapter plugs. Once those connections are made, lift the light kit up towards the fan, making sure that the pull chain guide of the light kit is aligned with the pull chain on the side of the fan. Then gently tuck the wires back up into the switch cup and push the light kit up so that the holes align in the switch cap and the switch cup. Use the 3 screws that were removed and saved and a Phillips head screwdriver to secure the light kit to the fan. Once those screws are tightened, unwrap the end of the pull chain and feed the pull chain through the pull chain guide on the light kit. The fan includes 2 LED bulbs. To install the bulbs, simply screw them into the sockets. Before installing the light bulb, you'll first need to unwrap the end of the light kit pull chain, and then unscrew the finial and remove the bowl cap from the threaded post of the light kit. Then, thread the pull chain from the light kit through the center hole of the bulb. Then push up so that the threaded post comes through the center hole. The light bulb will fit nicely into the light kit pan. Next, install the bowl cap by feeding the pull chain from the light kit through the center hole of the bowl cap, and then feed the pull chain through the center hole of the finial, and screw the finial back onto the threaded post of the light kit. Attach the pull chain extensions by inserting the end of the pull chain from the fan into the connector of the pull chain extension and snap it in place. Repeat this for the light's pull chain. Pull the light chain one time to turn it on, and again to turn it off. Pull the fan's pull chain once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and again to turn it off. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The manual reverse switch is located right above the light kit on the fan's switch cup and is enclosed in a rubber casing to protect it from the elements. The factory default setting is switched down to create a downward airflow for use during the warmer months. If you want to reverse the fan's direction, place the switch in the upward position to draw warm air from the ceiling during the cooler months. To install this fan without the light kit, you'll need to remove the switch cap from the light kit. Using a pair of pliers or a small wrench, loosen and remove the hex nut inside the switch cap. Then turn the switch cap counterclockwise to unscrew it from the threaded post of the light kit. Then gently pull the light kit wires one by one through the center hole of the switch cap to remove it. Next, use the plastic center plug that was included in the hardware kit and press it in the center hole of the switch cap with your thumb. The switch cap attaches to the fan using the 3 screws that are pre-installed in the switch cap. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save those 3 screws. Attach the switch cap to the fan by aligning the 3 holes in the switch cap with the 3 holes in the switch cup at the base of the fan. Then use the screws that were removed and saved to fasten the switch cap to the fan. Congratulations! Your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to give yourself a big old pat on the back and enjoy a nice tall beverage and enjoy your brand new ceiling fan. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below. That'll help other people find the video too. And as we always say, keep it breezy.